Things we take, like say, you must admire their guts or the courage to stand up and register as a speaker to talk to you. Right. Now it's my turn to speak to you. Right. I have 4 points to bring out. But before that, I want to tell you some good news. Have you seen Thursday Straits Times? Never read Straits Times. Don't know. Got Straits Times reporter here. And also another one over there. Xing Ming is also here. Right. Okay, Straits Times on Thursday has a very good article by Lim Swee Say. Right, it talks about NTUC to address voters' feedback on jobs. This article actually came out 5 days ago when we decided to hold Hong Park protest. Give yourself a clap, right, for turning out. I think when you put pressure on the government will react. I don't think it's coincidental, right? That 5 days when we put our request for this Hong Park event to come out, 5 days later, Lim Swee say this: NTUC to address voters' feedback on jobs. But it's still all talk, no action yet. Right, all still talking and no action yet. Let's hope, let's pray that they will take some action to address your concerns. Right, just over there, I spoke to some of you. Right, some of you have lost jobs to foreigners. Right, one gentleman told me that he was kicked out of a job by a foreigner just after working for a few months. I know many of you are quite angry here. Right, I've spoken to Iris too. Iris? Yeah, Iris is also a firm supporter of transitioning, right? She's also someone that's deeply affected by foreigners. I do not want to trash foreigners here. Right, I don't think it's good to be xenophobic. Right, it's not healthy as well. But I want to just address the issue, right, so that we do not appear to be very anti-foreigner. Some of you might be new citizens here. Some of you might be PRs here. Right, we will come here into Singapore. Right, we want you to partake of our growth here. But we also hope that you can contribute back to Singapore, not just to be here, to reap whatever good things there is here, and bring your riches back to Philippines, or to Myanmar, to India, and to China. Like I say, we do not want to trash foreigners. That is not our motive here. But we want to give priority to employ Singaporeans first. This is our motive here today. We want the government to know that. Thank you. We want to ask the government to consider this. Employ Singaporeans first. Do not let people who are here, who have done their national service, who performed 13 years cycle of reservists, who have given birth here and their roots are sunken here, but they are not given any priority in jobs. We also want to address the EP passes, the employment passes that is actually hurting a lot of PMAX, professional workers. These are the passes that allows employers to employ 100% foreigners. Is that fair, I ask of you? Is that fair? It's not fair, right? To allow foreigners, to allow companies to employ 100% of foreigners in the company. I've known of a bank, right, a very big bank, I do not want to mention the name. Out of 188 IT staff, how many staff do you think belongs to Singaporean? Make a guess, my friend. Out of 188 IT staff in the bank, how many belongs to foreigners? Make a guess, my friend. 10. 10%. 10 only. You, sir? How many? 0. No lah, not so bad lah. Only 2, my friend. Only 2 Singaporeans in a company that employs 188 staff, and it is the big bank, big foreign bank. Is that a shame to Singapore, my friend? It is a shame to Singapore. Right. We do not want this to happen in our own homeland.
What is our government doing about it?
What is the government doing about it? What is the government doing about it? I don't know. Really, I don't know. After ask Lim Swee say. After ask Lim Swee say. Yes. That is the purpose of our event here, right? To let the government know that we want Singaporeans to have job first. We want EP pass to be tweaked. We do not want 100% of foreigners to be able to be employed because of EP pass. Because the bank can pay $2,008, 100% of all the jobs belong to foreigners. I don't think we want that to happen. Right, Singapore? We do not want that to happen. I'm okay with S-Pass. S-Pass, there's a quota. Right, you need to employ 3 locals to 1 foreigner. It depends on the industry. Some is 10 locals to 1. Some is 3 locals to 1. Some is 2 locals to 1. But it's the EP pass that I'm not happy with. Are you happy with the EP pass, Singapore? No, definitely not. Right. We want the government, we want Lim Swee Say, the Labour Chief, to treat the EP pass as fast as possible, as fast as next month if possible, right, Singapore? Because it affects our jobs. It affects all our jobs. All of us are professionals here. All of us have degrees here. All of us diplomas here. Some of us have even a master's degrees here, but we couldn't have good jobs. But transitioning.org has seen many master's degree and degree holders driving taxi. I'm not against cabs drivers here, my friend. If you're a cab driver here, it's an honorable job. But I think you can do better, my friend. I think as a graduate, you can do better than driving a cab. Because you drive a cab, you have no choice. It is not a choice job. It's a job that you have no choice. You apply for jobs. 1.5 years later, you still could not get a job. A friend of mine called Mark, who is also helping with NSP, is now a taxi driver. He used to earn $7,000, but now he drives a cab because he has no choice. He told me it's a job that he has no choice. It's something that he does not want to do, but he has no choice. Do we want to give back this choice to our fellow Singaporeans, my friend? Yes, let's employ Singaporeans first. Let's tell the government we want jobs for Singaporeans first, not having to compete with foreigners for jobs that we can do too. I've seen many Filipino performing jobs in administrative role. I find that such jobs ought to be done by Singaporeans. Such jobs can be performed by Singaporeans. But why are 170,000 Filipinos right now living and working in Singapore? And out of 170,000, only 70,000 are foreigner mates. The rest of the 100,000 are S-Pass and EP passes. But someone just shared with me over there that she feels very angry when she see a Filipino family having a good dinner together with their children, and she does not have a job. She has problem putting food on the table, but she don't dare even to go out for a movie. This is the kind of scenario that's happening right now in Singapore, and this is the thing that we want the government to change. We want changes, right? We just do not want this thing to go on forever, right? Let's ask the government to have this notion of employing Singaporean first. Sorry, that's just my introduction. Thank you.
Okay, get on with your speech.
Okay, I have 4 points, but I'll go through very briefly and thoroughly. First point, we want to introduce a minimum wage policy to low-end workers. Do you know that as many as 180,000 of our workers aged above 40 years old earn $1,000 and below? Do you know that? Some of you nod your head, you do. I repeat that. As many as 180,000 of our workers aged above 40 years old earn $1,000 and below. Straight down every lah. Another 154,000 Singaporeans earn 1,005 and below. Together, these 330,000 Singaporeans, making up 17% of our 1.86 million strong local workforce, earn a total income of 1,005 and below. As many as 400,000 Singaporeans apply for workfare. Do you know what is workfare? Workfare is given to Singaporeans who earns 1,007 and below, and you must be aged above 35 years old. Went up to 1,007, sir. Yes. 400,000 Singaporeans apply for workfare because they earn 1,007 and below, and because they're aged 35 years old. Does that sound terrible, Singaporeans? Does that sound terrible, Singaporeans? Means a total of 17% of 1.8 million local workforce earns 1,007 and below. To me, that is shocking, no, Singapore. And I just heard that Singapore has the highest living standard in Asia, just after Tokyo. This Tokyo is number one. Singapore is second most expensive city to live, and third is Hong Kong. But our wages still lag very, very far below that of developed country status. Many friends have told me they have jobs, but they are underemployed. Means they earn not enough money to put food on the table. They just earn enough
And pay for HDB.
and pay for HDB. Yes, they just earn enough, sometimes not enough, and they have to actually take up a second job as well. Right. So you want the government to implement the minimum wage policy to low-end workers, a wage of 1,002 at least, so that people who are cleaners, people who are security guards, right, people who are in the service crew will be able to earn 1,002 and below at least. Is that fair, Singapore? Do you think that is fair, Singapore? We implement 1,002 minimum wage policy, 2,000. Well, our government has said when you implement minimum wage, right, inflation will go up, employers will leave us. But do you know that Malaysia, do you know that Thailand, do you know that Vietnam has already implemented minimum wage policy in the country? And Singapore is the first world country. And yet we are afraid to implement minimum wage policy. Something is very wrong with either our country or our governance. Is that so, Singapore? If third world countries like Malaysia, Taiwan, and even Thailand can implement minimum wage policy, why not Singapore, a first world country? Something is damn wrong in our country, and even our governance as well. Yeah, yeah, we're living in first world but drawing third world wages, right, Singapore. But second, like I say, I have spoken this a bit on the EP and S passes. We want the government to relook the EP pass, right? My second point, we want them to treat the EP pass. Maybe 50% of the EP passes can go to the foreigners, but the rest of the 50%, we want the government to allow Singaporeans to have a chance at working on these jobs. The rest of the 50% of the EP passes, we want the government to introduce a system whereby Singaporeans are given a shot at these jobs. For example, the employer can show guarantee that he has advertised for 6 months and could not get a local citizen to work. Just like in Australia, I stayed in Australia for 3 years. Well, it's difficult to employ a foreigner in Australia, my friend. You have to advertise for 6 months. You have to actually show proof that you have seen at least 10 local workers before you can actually apply for a permit to employ a foreigner. And that is what I think Singapore wants. Is that what you want, Singapore? Right, some form of protection, some form of legislation. Not everything can be given to a foreigner easily, given on a platter to a foreigner easily. Right, we want the EP passes to be treated. At least 50% of the places of a company force be given to Singaporeans. If they want to employ a foreigner after the 50% foreigner mark has been crossed, well, he has to show proof. They try to advertise and try to employ foreigners. I think that's fair, Singapore.